Hello there everybody, I am Harald Bozakiris and this is Future Games. Today we are going to check out Dale of Merchants, the Guild of Extraordinary Traders. The game is by Snowdale Design and the designer is Sami Laxo, and the interesting thing that Sami is not only the designer but also the artist behind the beautiful drawings and the beautiful animals. So July 2015 the game was on Kickstarter and it quickly became a success. It was funded successfully, and it uses a deck building mechanism in a refreshing way, and also you can create many combos in the game because you use different kinds of decks and stuff, so it's really interesting. And the team behind the design decided to create Dale of Merchants 2. So we are going to check out the basic game of Dale of Merchants and how it is played, and then I'm going to tell you more about the new cards and how I like the game. So let me show you how the game is played. Okay, so in general I'm going to tell you how the game is played. I'm not going to go in details, but I'm going to tell you a bit of how the game is played so you have a basic idea. So in the cards, for example, in this card, we can see the dealing giant pandas. So I'm going to explain you that, for example, what the signs are. One is the value of the card. With that value, you can pay to get cards, and also you can add to your stall this number. So I'm going to explain later a bit about the stalls. So this is the type of the card. So this is the dealing giant pandas, and this is this plus symbol shows you that you can do another action. This is a technique card, and in the game there are three types of cards. There are the technique cards, which can be played as a technique action, and there are the passive cards like this one. This is a passive card that have effects, and they can be applied if you have the card in your hand or you're using the card with other actions, and so on and so forth. And we also have no, this is also passive. We also have the rabbis cards, which are these ones. So they also have a value of 1, and you can use it to pay to improve your deck as you buy cards from the market. So this is the market, and you can buy cards as they go, like this. So let me show you. For example, these are the cards that are out. You can buy this one with 4 value, 3, 2, 1, and this is for free. So in this way, you can improve your deck and your hand throughout the game. For example, in a game of 2, we are going to use 3 animal folk decks. So we have the dealing giant pandas, as you saw, the lucky ocelots, and the adapting veiled chameleons. So at the beginning of the game, we are going to have 3 cards, one of each deck with a value of 1, and fill it up to 10 with junk cards. So we have a deck like this. In the beginning of the game, we take 5 cards, and I'm starting with this hand. I have 4 junk cards and 1 chameleon card, which is actually a passive. So with this card, for example, I can copy any card in the rightmost stack in my stall. So okay, let me tell you a bit about the stall now. The goal of the game is to make a stall with values from 1 all the way to 8. So, but I shouldn't do that actually. Like, I should start with 1 and then make a 2. For example, this is a 2 and this is a 3, and I must fill all the positions in the stall up to 8. So whoever gets up to 8 is the winner. But you see, 1, 2, and 3, we can use as a 4. We can, for example, or maybe I can say, let's make a 5. Let's say we have a 4 here, and in order to make a 5, I should use these 2 cards with added values 3 with values 3 and 2. They make up an added value of 5, but they always must be in the same color, from the same deck, unless there are powers to give you the ability to help you put different cards in the game. So you get a card and you have an option either to use it for its ability or to use it advancing your stall. You can do 4 things in the action phase. You can do the market action. You can either purchase a card, you can play a technique card actually, the stall action to build a stall, or discarding number of cards from your hand. And then there's the cleanup phase where you fill up your hand back to 5 cards and fill the empty market slots. Yeah, so this is the game in general, and I'm going to tell you more about it and about the Dial of Merchants too in the section that I told you how I like the game. So now that I have told you about the game and how it is played, I would like to tell you the differences, some of the difference between Dial of Merchants and Dial of Merchants 2. Now, Dial of Merchants 2 introduces a new mechanism called reaction cards, and these reaction cards are activated by some events. They are triggered by something in the game, so you can play them. Another thing in the game that it's kind of a difference with the Dial of Merchants 1 is that it has 2 extra decks, but you can find them only on this Kickstarter campaign if they get successfully funded and the goal is met. And also we have more animals and animal folk decks, so you can make crazy combos with them. Yeah, so let me tell you what makes this game great and what keeps it from being greater. So yeah, point 1. So the first thing that I liked about the game is that it uses a lot of mechanisms in a very unique way, but it's not heavy, it's still light, and you can enjoy it and play it, and you can enjoy its unique mechanism play, which I really love, by the way. Yeah, so let's go to number 2. Number 2 is the art. Sami Laxo did a very good job on the art. I love the art. I love the cute animals, and generally it's so fun to just look at the cards and play the cards. I'm gonna make a comment about it later on the things that keep it from being even greater, but I really want to say bravo to Sami Laxo for doing the art, and just it's so wonderful. I would like to say that the game has a great price. It's really great on its quality, and I find it quite okay with its price. I see many games that they are overpriced. This is fine. This is very good. And the last thing I want to say about the game is that it has a lot of replayability, and it is enjoyable. It is fun to play. Every round I am just thinking of what to do, and I'm watching the other players play, and even though it may have some downtime, you just watch the market and see what card comes next. So you also have an anxiety on how you're going to play the game, and you think that you like this card but someone else gets it and you just get mad. And so it is a very nice game. So if you add the Dial of Merchants and the Dial of Merchants 2, they both work together, and you can use it as an expansion, as well as a standalone game. So I think I'm gonna go for the both of them because I really like it. And yeah, that's it. So let's go to the points that keep the game from being even greater. Okay, I'm going to comment on the cards. Although the game is pretty simple to understand and it has mechanisms that work together very good, I feel that the cards have too much text, and I know we need that text to play the game because there are instructions on what each card does, but because it's simple, I would prefer it if it had less text and somehow it became easy for players, because I had new players testing it and they're doing a long time. They were reading it a long time, so each card had almost different text, and that made the game slower. So that's kind of a negative thing. I would prefer something else, maybe picture, maybe I don't know, something else that it could speed up the game. It could make the process faster. That's one of the minus of the game. So point number 2. Point number 2 is about the art. I like, and I previously mentioned, I like the art of Sami Laxo, but some of the cards, like for example, there are many cards that are items, and just shows the item. I would love to see an animal using this item somehow, not just the item. I think it's more thematic if you have the cute animal, and I think that the game is based upon the animal. So if you take these cute animals out of the equation of the art, it's more dry. So for me, for my taste, I would prefer the art was a little bit more inclusive of the theme. But the other cards are fine. So don't get me wrong, I like the art, I love the art. So my final thoughts about the game was that we had fun, we enjoyed it. Even though it has some points that keep it from being even greater, I think this is a very good game. I like many things about it. I liked the combos that I could do, that I could think of many strategies to win the game. And I remember one game that everyone was one turn away from winning, so it was that's always very nice, and you have the feeling that okay, I want to play it again and see what else I'm going to do, or I'm going to try my tactic from the previous game to see if it works. So it helps you in wanting to play it again. So I definitely approve it. So go to their Kickstarter campaign, check it out, and if you liked what I said and what you see in the campaign, back it. I think it's worth it. So yeah, I am Harlabus Sakiris and this is Future Games. Enjoy, guys.